Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System's Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda.
Coach, let's just start by telling the audience a little bit about yourself. And of course, it's always about expectations when you sit in a room like this prior to a season. So expectations, but how'd you get to South Terrebonne? Tell us a little bit about the journey.
Oh, the journey's been fun. It's kind of hard sometimes to believe I am where I am. So, born and raised in Racine, Louisiana, 2005 graduate of Central Lafourche High School. After that, went to UL for my undergraduate degree, where I finished with that in 2009, and then got into education after that. Married to Claycy Douglas Babin, we've been dating since we were in high school, and have 3 beautiful children. Got into coaching in 2009, and so this makes it going into year 14 for me in coaching. Started at Central Lafourche for 10 years, spent the last 3 at Vanderbilt Catholic, and now I'm at South Terrebonne.
You know, that tradition, too, that comes, we talked to the South Lafourche coach, and of course there's tradition there, but when you get to South Terrebonne and you talk about Buddy Marcello and Richard Curlin, and you go down the line, and some of the athletes that have come out of South Terrebonne, I know they can make you shudder when you think about the speed they had, but what's your team look like this year?
Really excited about the team this year. You know, I'm first year head football coach. With that's coming a change, you know, as we're making some schematic changes, but I'm excited about it, and the kids are excited about it too. When we start talking about, you know, players that we have, you know, they're actually names you've heard of before. They've been playing for them, and I think the 2 I'll probably name have been starting for them since they were sophomores. So, you know, we're expecting big things out of them with the experience they have, and able to bring, you know, that to the team, you know, to be leaders on Friday night when, you know, some of our starters haven't started before. You look at that, you know, we got Javon Ricks, who's returning, going to play out wide for us in the multiple spread offense that we're in, and then Kevin Brunet playing defensive line for us, and Dane Robichaud on the back end, you know, hoping to anchor that defense down.
You know, Coach, you know, we were just talking to another coach in your district earlier. Your district's pretty good to start with. Now you throw Lutcher in there with you. So that's got to be another nightmare to think about, you know, on your schedule. Already you got a bunch of good teams in your district. How you feel about them coming in, and how's your pre-district schedule match up?
I think, you know, one of the things we preach about within the football program is competition all the time. So, you know, Lutcher coming in, classic, great football program in the state of Louisiana. We're excited about it. It's just another opportunity to get to go play a high-quality football team, and with that, it makes the stakes even higher when you're going to be able to raise that trophy and say you're a District 8 4A champion. Guess what? It carries a little bit more weight when you bring one of those great River Parish teams into the district with us. When you talk pre-district for us, we, of course, you know, we're playing the 2 5A schools that are also in our district, and Terrebonne High. That's who we kick off with week 1. And we have HL week 9 because our bye dates both matched up. So we pushed that date back to week 9 because it just happened to fall that way for us. So that worked out great. Week 2, we're playing McDonough 35. They're coming down to the Swamp to play us this year. And then week 3, we have Hammond coming to town to play them another 5A program. So I think it's all about competition. And I think that's really the way our 10-game schedule breaks down.
You talk about opportunity, and there's always that little crossroads, I guess we could call it, where a player sees opportunity as success, or they can look on the other side and see it as intimidation. You got to make them look at it as a chance to excel. You find they're grasping onto that pretty good?
I think that's a great way of phrasing it, different than probably what I do on a regular basis. It's competition. You put a tall feet in front of them, and that's what every football coach does. We put a tall feet in front of our players of playing, you know, football, 10 scheduled dates. That's all we've got, and you know, we're expecting high results from that. You know, like you referenced at the beginning, you know, this is the preseason and the expectations are high, but I don't want it any other way, and I don't think our players want it any other way. We're expecting to go out and compete every Friday night. And when it's all said and done, we believe the preparation we've done from lifting, summer, spring ball, fall camp, that all of that's going to have us appropriately prepared for a Friday night for the fourth quarter for those pivotal downs when we're going to have to decide a football game.
Your facility was devastated by Hurricane Ida. How have y'all adapted, and how is your facility going into week 1 with the games?
Well, it's still coming along. We're back on campus, which is, the biggest thing. We're home. We're back in Berg, and that's big. It's not going across home anymore for school. So there's a sense of normalcy. It's really starting to settle back in on the last Friday of this first week of school. So I think that's awesome. When you talk about facilities, we've got the school up and running. We got our athletic building back at the beginning of the summer. So, we're working in there right now. And it's still coming along. The football field's ready. We were able to do spring ball there. The lights were fixed. And it's just about getting, those smaller detail things to make sure everything's together. So for that first Friday night, that it's the bright lights of Berg ready to roll.
No place like home, right?
That's an understatement right there.